Hi James.
Hi Leo, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks.
Excellent. James, thank you for catching up with us again. Over the last month, I've seen a few ups and downs in the markets. Can you give us some detail about what's actually been happening?
Yes, so there has been a bit of volatility around due to the changing COVID situation and continued thoughts on inflation. However, June has been another positive month overall for equity markets, even in the UK, which has seen COVID cases rising and that delay to the final easing of restrictions. FTSE All-Share Index is still up 0.16%, although I should point out that that's largely due to the FTSE 100 being up for the month, when the FTSE 100 has a lot of multinational companies in it, whereas the FTSE 250 index, which has slightly smaller UK-centric companies, that was actually down nearly 2% for the month. So the UK-based companies have struggled a bit due to the delay to restrictions being relaxed, which you may expect.
Sure, thanks James. Over in the US, I noticed that the US market's up just over 2%, 2.33. It was up slightly last month. Here we've seen an acceleration. Do you expect this to continue to rise?
Yeah, well, some of that acceleration is due to Microsoft, which has just become only the second American company ever behind Apple to reach a market value of $2 trillion. So it has been a good month for the US, and it may continue to be so. Our US exposure is currently diversified between both the S&P 500 index and a more value-orientated index, which I mentioned last month, called the Russell Value Index. So we're quite happy with our US exposure at the moment.
Great. James, thank you. You mentioned inflation earlier. Can you tell us the impact there since it's risen? What's going to happen to the markets as a result of that?
Yeah, so inflation has been rising. So the latest figures from the ONS showed that inflation in May rose from 1.6 to 2.1%. So it's now above that 2% target set by the Bank of England. And over in the US, inflation has just reached 5% for the first time since 2008. And the reason inflation is such a big topic when it comes to markets is, it can affect bond prices, of course. As inflation goes up, rates also tend to go up, which reduces bond prices. But it can also affect equity markets because when rates go up, it increases the discount rate used on the cash flows generated by companies in the future. So the present value of those cash flows goes down, hence the overall market valuation of the companies also goes down. So inflation can have quite a sizable impact on both fixed income and equity markets.
Okay, James, thank you very much for the update and for the detail in your written piece as well. I'll look forward to catching up with you again next month.
Thanks very much, Leo.
All right, take care. All the best.
Thanks.
Bye.